It was a peaceful night in ancient China, during the rule of the Han Dynasty. The great Emperor Ming lay asleep in his palace in Luoyang. The moon was bright, and the air was still. Suddenly, the emperor began to dream. He saw a golden figure, glowing brighter than the sun, floating in the sky. The figure was tall and calm, with eyes full of compassion and peace. A soft voice whispered, "I am the enlightened one, the Buddha, who brings peace to all hearts." The emperor awoke with a start, his heart pounding. He felt a strange sense of awe and calm at the same time. The next morning, he called his ministers to the royal court. Emperor Ming, serious yet curious. "Last night, I saw a shining man made of gold, flying in the sky. Who is this divine being? What is the meaning of this dream?" Minister Fui, bowing deeply. "Your Majesty, it might have been a vision of a god or saint from far lands. Some say that in the western regions, people worship a great teacher called the Buddha." Emperor Ming determined, "Then we must find the truth. Send messengers to the west. Find the land of the Buddha and bring his teachings to China." And so began one of the greatest spiritual journeys in history. Chapter 2: The Journey West. The emperor's messengers set out on a long and dangerous journey. They crossed deserts, climbed cold mountains, and traveled through the Silk Road, the lifeline that connected China with India and Central Asia. Months passed. Finally, in a distant land near India, they met two monks, Kashyapa Methanga and Dharmaratna. The monks wore saffron robes and carried scrolls wrapped in silk. Their faces glowed with peace. Messenger bowing. "Noble monks, our emperor had a dream of a golden man, a holy one. We believe it was your teacher, the Buddha. Will you come to China to teach his path?" Kashyapa Methanga, smiling gently. "The Buddha's message is for all beings, in every land. If your emperor wishes to learn, we shall come." They loaded their scriptures and statues on white horses, and together they began their journey back to China, carrying with them the light of Buddhism. When the monks arrived in Luoyang, Emperor Ming personally welcomed them with great honor. Emperor Ming bowing respectfully. "Welcome, wise ones. Please share with us the way of the Buddha." Inside the palace, the monks unfurled the scrolls and spoke of the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path, the Buddha's way to end suffering and achieve peace. Everyone listened in silence. The teachings were deep yet simple. They spoke not of gods or wars, but of compassion, mindfulness, and wisdom. The emperor was moved. Emperor Ming, "These teachings shall spread across our land. To honor your journey, I shall build a temple, where the white horses that carried your scriptures will be remembered forever." And so, the White Horse Temple, Bamasi, was built, the first Buddhist temple in China, and the first seed of the Buddha's light on Chinese soil. Years passed. The two monks trained Chinese scholars to read and translate the scriptures. Among them was a young man named Li, who was fascinated by this new wisdom.
Skulali, aksitadli cara trista.
The Buddha teaches that peace begins in the heart, not in the sword. How beautiful! Soon, Buddhist teachings began to spread beyond Luoyang, through traders, travelers, and monks traveling the Silk Road. Monasteries appeared along mountain paths and river valleys. Temples were built in caves, such as Dunhuang and Longmen, where monks carved the Buddha's image into stone. Chinese artists painted heavenly scenes on cave walls, symbols of meditation, balance, and peace. The teachings began to blend with China's own wisdom, Confucian morality, and Taoist harmony. This created a new, uniquely Chinese form of Buddhism, full of art, poetry, and philosophy. By the time of the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, Buddhism had become one of China's greatest spiritual powers. Monks traveled between India and China, collecting sacred texts. The most famous among them was Xuanzang, who journeyed all the way to India on foot. He studied at the great Nalanda University and returned after 17 years with hundreds of scriptures. Xuanzang standing before the emperor. I have brought back the true words of the Buddha. Let them be translated so that our people may find the path to enlightenment. The emperor supported him, and thousands of monks helped translate the texts. Schools of thought such as Chan, Zen, Pure Land, and Tiantai flourished. Buddhist temples became centers of learning, art, and charity. The sound of temple bells echoed through the mountains, reminding people to live with compassion. But the path was not always smooth. Some emperors feared that Buddhism was becoming too powerful. During the Tang dynasty, Emperor Wuzong ordered Buddhist temples to be destroyed and monks to return to ordinary life. Yet Buddhism could not be erased. It had already taken root in the hearts of the people. The teachings of compassion, peace, and inner wisdom survived every storm. Chapter 7: The Legacy. Centuries later, China became home to countless temples, monasteries, and Buddhist traditions. The soft smile of the Buddha could be seen in statues from Tibet to Nanjing, from Yunnan to Beijing. Even today, the White Horse Temple still stands in Luoyang, the same temple built by Emperor Ming nearly 2,000 years ago. Monks still chant, and pilgrims still come, lighting incense for peace. Narrator softly, from a dream in the heart of an emperor, to the temples across mountains and rivers, the light of the Buddha spread, not by war, not by force, but by wisdom, kindness, and the search for peace.